Chris with a K here. Welcome to the best sports highlights. I almost forgot the name of this channel for a second. So I know it's been a while. I've been very busy. Been busy. I actually have like a podcast channel I have for my podcast. My podcast is literally just about life, about everything. Obviously working, doing deliveries. I'm a busy type of guy. But this I had to make a video about. So for those of you who normally watch my lives, my videos, don't worry, I'm gonna be making more videos, just trying to get my bearings on straight. But this is something I could not ignore. I couldn't ignore this. Well, as you guys know, the Super Bowl is gonna be happening in 2 weeks. Well, less than 2 weeks, 13 days. Super Bowl Sunday, February 2nd, down here in Miami. I live in Fort Lauderdale, Pompano Beach, so literally kind of happened in my backyard. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a Super Bowl with the offense versus the defense. Um, you have the Kansas City Chiefs representing the AFC versus the San Francisco 49ers representing the NFC. Um, the Chiefs was a team I wasn't surprised that was going to make the Super Bowl like from the beginning of this year. As soon as last year's Super Bowl ended in 2019, I automatically knew. I automatically knew they were going to go to the AFC Championship worst case scenario this year. Oh yeah, before I even continue, if this is your first time to my channel, please make sure you like this video, comment on this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification, and share. So those 5 things, they're all free. Don't take that long to do. Definitely just show support. And also this channel is literally basically about me doing live videos, just talking about sports, and from time to time uploading sports highlights and stuff like that. So primarily basketball and football. Just want to build a community of people that just want to talk about sports. You know, that's it really. That's really it. Simple as it. So please make sure you subscribe to my channel. I do have a website listed in the description below called creative.com, where at the very last link that you click on when you go to the that page, you're gonna see I have a merch store. So my merch store, you can go on that and I actually sell merch, shirts and stuff like that. Pretty cool stuff like that. This is related to my podcast channel, but definitely the reason why I say just go buy merch and stuff is just definitely to support, because my goal is to be able to do this full time. So that's why I would really love the support, not the sports, but the support. Yeah. So let's get back to what I was talking about. So basically, hold up. All right, cool. So basically, I got. Oh, hey Brody, I got the Chiefs. Yeah. So I'm getting back to the Super Bowl. The Chiefs, they gonna win. That's what I'm going for. The Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, the way this man plays, the past 2 games he has come back. Yes, they were down. I think they were down. I forgot who they played the first game. They were down. Oh yeah, it was the Texans. I forget about Texans. They were down 20. It was like 21 or something. They were down like 3 touchdowns by the Texans. The Texans were blowing them out of their home, and then they scored 40, basically like 41 unanswered points. 7 straight touchdowns. That's like 49, 24 zip. So even worse, they were down 24 zip, and they came back and scored like 7 straight touchdowns. The game ended like 31 to 51 of Chiefs because of Patrick Mahomes. I love this guy's energy, his passion, and how this guy comes in and does what he does. So like he's unstoppable, because they were saying that at first, I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking like Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, they had it locked up, like this guy was unstoppable. But the funny thing about rushing is that rushing is something that it's hard to do every game, just because of the fact that you know you can have a whole team stop and run versus like, okay, if you're a quarterback that actually passes, it's really about just the corner the corner that's guarding the person, your receivers, and if they can get separation, which you have a higher chance of scoring than running. Because rushing is something that can happen from time to time. Like you'll have a great game here and now, have a bust out game. Because Derrick Henry, who the Chiefs played the Titans, he rushed for 180 plus yards when he beat the Ravens and beat the Patriots. But then again, this is how I look at life. Life is about pattern recognitions and some things, and if you can find out the pattern and recognize it and find a way to disrupt it, that's how you win. So the Chiefs saw two straight games. The reason why the Titans won is not because they really outscored their opponents, because they had the ball in their possession. They had the possession, time of possession, dominated the game and stuff like that, which was keeping the other team off the field. So the other teams didn't really have a chance to really get super hot, and their defense is decent. I'm not gonna lie. So the game plan is, if you can stop Derrick Henry, that's all. If you can stop this man, you'll beat them, because Tannehill, he hasn't even passed for like over 200 yards in 2 games, you know? So the quarterback was an issue, as the running back. You stop the running back, guess what? No play action. Tannehill can't do what he does. They're done. And that's exactly what happened with the Chiefs. The Chiefs were playing them Saturday. It was, or yesterday? No, yeah, Saturday. And what ended up happening was the Titans are up 10-0, then they were up 17-7. So we're like, oh snap, they might do it again. But then again, think about it. Mahomes, when they came back, it was in the second half, starting the second quarter and on. The same thing started happening second quarter. I think they scored 2 touchdowns, or 2 or 3 touchdowns in the second quarter. The score was 21-17 by halftime, with the Chiefs up. And then obviously third quarter comes. They scored probably like two more touchdowns. So like 2 more touchdowns, 14-35. No, three more touchdowns, about 3 more touchdowns. So the final score was like 41-31, like 41 or something like that. But basically, what I've seen the past 2 games is Mahomes. He is a comeback quarterback, and when he comes back, he doesn't do it to the wire. He comes back early, and then after he came back, he keeps pummeling you. Something I never seen. Most quarterbacks, they just come back, they keep the game close, and they have a game-winning drive. Mahomes like, no. I'm not only gonna come back before the game ends. I'm gonna do that, and like I said, pummel you. I can even say that word right. But here's the thing. In the NFC, you have the 49ers. The 49ers are playing the Green Bay Packers. Packers are my team, but the Packers has been suspect all year, just because of the fact that their defense was decent, because they have a pass rush. Don't have a rushing defense, which is horrible. Now, Mahomes, I think, in a sense, Mahomes, Tyreek Hill can be like Randy Moss and Brady, but then again, this is a different area. This is a different age. The athletes in this day and age are, I would say, is more athletic. So you can't get away with like the Randy Moss kind of thing, because Randy Moss obviously was taller and stuff like that. And yeah. So but in a sense he could be. But I think Patrick Mahomes has like a better setup, because of the fact he has Kelsey, who's top 1 or 2 tight end in the league. You got Tyreek Hill. Then you have Hardman and Sammy Watkins. And then Williams, he's decent, but he definitely has 4 threats. 4 threats. Which, think about it, on any other team, most teams, they might have 2 threats at most. So it forces other teams to play man. But the thing is, if you play man, these receivers, 2 of the 4 receivers I just mentioned, can run a 4-2. So think about it. If you have receivers that can create separation, it's good night. Because they can't play zone, because these receivers can run through the zone, or Patrick Mahomes will start running on you if you play the zone. So it's really you have to play man and have a good pass rush up front to beat Mahomes. Really, that's what it is. Get back to the point, 49ers. So you look at 49ers. Packers, Aaron Rodgers hasn't played like himself all year, except 1 game we had a perfect passer rating. Then you have Aaron Jones, who's basically like the MVP of the Packers this season, I would say. Aaron Rodgers still had a decent season, threw 4 touchdowns, like 26 yard passing touchdowns, over 3,000 yards. So it's still good numbers, Pro Bowl type numbers, right? But in the playoffs, he really hasn't played himself. Obviously, the excuse has been he's trying to assimilate to the offense, which I get. But he only has one wide receiver threat, which is Adams, which makes it easy for the defenses on the opposing team, because Jimmy Graham is It's nothing. See, to be successful, I think a successful quarterback, you need to have at least three targets: a tight end who takes away, who can attract a double team to the middle field, a number one receiver who can run routes on the outside, like someone who can actually run outside routes and be a number one, which you have in Adams. And then you need a slot receiver, like how Armandola or Edelman has been for Tom Brady or Wes Welker. So even if your tight end or your number one receiver is covered, guess what? Your number two receiver now, your slot receiver, and catches passes underneath against the linebackers or third string or second string corner. Rodgers only had a number one receiver, and it doesn't take long to get that figured out, right? Which you could play zone against that, because Adams, as good as the guy is, he's not going to be able to do everything, right? You know, so I knew they were going to lose that game, even though I'm a Packers fan. The 49ers, they were getting blown out 27 to 0 at halftime in San Francisco, and the defense is amazing and stunner. I didn't even watch the game that much. It was just so disappointing. I turned the game off in the third quarter. The game ended with the 49ers win. I think the Packers ended up scoring 20 points, but it was good night by then. And the thing I have with the Packers is that I turned the game off is because of the fact that I saw that for some reason whoever's calling the plays for the Packers, they were throwing like oh my gosh, what type of plays when you keep throwing the ball short? They dinking dacking. You have big receivers. You have like Allison and the other guy, I forgot who they have. You know, these guys are sort of like deep threats, but they're tall. So it's like I don't understand why. Like, I'm not saying that they don't, but like in practice, if I was a quarterback, I'll make sure I understand all my weaknesses and strengths of my receivers and tight ends and use them. Have them work on, cutting routes, slant routes, post routes, and stuff like that, or go deep routes. Or the fact if I know the defense is stellar, stack receivers on one side of the line and do it that way. Because what Rodgers was doing, I didn't like it all. So I think it was probably his best last chance to get to the Super Bowl because next year's the 49ers are going to be like this. This team's going to be like this for some time coming. And then you still have the Seahawks to deal with, and then the Cowboys, and then who else? The Rams. I don't know if they're going to be bad. Maybe they're a one hit wonder kind of thing. But you have teams in the NFC this year that probably might have a better year next year. They're talking about the Bears possibly. If they get rid of Trubisky, you get another quarterback. You got the Vikings. So I don't see the Packers coming back being the same team next year, probably even getting to the playoffs probably. Because I think the NFC is just going to get better next year. And 49ers, though, they are a great team from top to bottom. Meaning they have a great defense. Their defensive line is good. Secondary is all right. Great running attack. Great pass blocking, run blocking. Yeah, the Vikings are decent. Brody. So San Francisco, they have a decent team in every position except the quarterback. Jimmy G is the jury's still on him. The reason why I'm picking the Chiefs to win because it was that Monstrunk guy, whoever his name. I don't even know how to say his name. He rushed for over 200 yards. He just ran right through the Packers. The Packers don't have a run defense. But the cool thing is about the Chiefs, guess what? They didn't have a run defense either early this year, but they fixed it. They stopped Derrick Henry. He only carried the ball twice in the second half because they had to play comeback catch game, which guess what? Tannehill's not good at. And then the 49ers, Jimmy G, he only threw the ball like 6 or 8 times yesterday. So the thing is, when it comes to the big game, the quarterback is going to be needed to call that game. Mastrong, whoever the guy had, I don't think he's going to have that same game again just because of the fact that, Kansas City stopped Derrick Henry. And they've seen this guy and what he can do now. So he won't be like a X Factor wild card, like surprise shocker, because they're going to be ready to get stopped and run. I think this game, they're going to force Jimmy G to pass the ball. They're going to force this guy to make sure he passes the ball and throws it. He has receivers. He has that Debo Samuel guy, Emmanuel Sanders, and he got killed guy. Like 3 decent people, playmakers. but they didn't really get any touches because the ball was being ran so well. Mike Shanahan, the coach, was all about running the ball, run. So it's a run first offense. But the thing I'm scared about for the 49ers is the Chiefs are a high-powered passing offense. They don't even have to have a great running game. They're one of the few teams that don't need a running game and can beat you just through the air. So what happens when Mahomes is probably going to happen? Second quarter game goes on his run and they start going on a scoring spree. You're not going to beat them if you think running the ball is going to do it. Or time possession, you can try that all you want, but you have to be able to score consecutively and keep the ball in their hands. That's really it. I think the Chiefs are just going to win big time because, like, Mahomes is on fire. Their team's healthy. Their defense has got better on their run stopping. And the momentum's more on their side than the 49ers because the 49ers, who did they have to go through? The 49ers, I know they beat Green Bay. And then, who did they beat last week? So, the Vikings. I think they beat the Vikings. So the teams they beat were easier wins than the teams the Chiefs beat. The Chiefs beat the Texans, which is a good team, and then the Titans, who was basically they defeated the Patriots and the Ravens. They defeated probably the two toughest teams in the AFC, and the Chiefs beat them. So I think the Chiefs are more than ready. Patrick Mahomes, he's literally I think he's gonna win it. Second year player, threw over 70 touchdowns, only 18 interceptions. Let's see, second year in the league, both years he's made to the AFC Championships. Last year he lost, this year he won, going to the Super Bowl. He has an amazing, great start off, just for a quarterback for me. He's just doing great, amazing things. You cannot deny it. I can't hide it. He's doing spectacular things. So I don't know what to say about that, but I think that the Chiefs is gonna win. I want to know what you guys think about that. I'm not saying the 49ers can't win, but it's just the Chiefs have too much going for them, too much more and more momentum and focus, I would say. The 49ers are going to be around next year too. So these two teams are going to Super Bowl. These aren't going to be like one and done teams. I think they're going to be the best teams in each division years to come, especially the Chiefs. Because you have a talent in Patrick Mahomes. Oh my gosh. Because the thing about it, all the receivers they got on their team, these weren't first round picks. These were picks that are like second, third round picks, and they just develop into elite. All parts thanks to Andy Reid's system, but Patrick Mahomes seeing their potential and using that. So that's my thought. That's my serious thought about that. So I want you guys to leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl and why. Make sure you share this content, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification, leave a like too. A like too, and it means so much to me. You can cop some gear at the Crusader website. I'm gonna leave down below. Other than that, thank you so much for tuning in. You're awesome. And wait, somebody just jumped on. I don't want to get off. Someone just jumped on. So who just jumped on? Let me know who you are. Let me know. Who just jumped on? Speak or forever hold your peace. Speak or forever hold your peace. I guess you jumped off, person. Okay, never mind. Alright, well, thank you for tuning in. I'm Chris with a K, and I'm out. Well, I'm leaving. Peace. Bye.